actually, just on that, you've mentioned something there, the manosphere. I've been hearing this, the manosphere. Actually, in the US nowadays, they have added another word in front of it, the black manosphere. So I don't know, in general, what is the manosphere? When I said the manosphere, what comes in your mind? Or what did you mean by the manosphere term?
Yeah, my understanding of it is sort of the awakening of the man.
Mm-hmm.
I think these terms, manosphere, RedPill.
Mm-hmm.
The man, I think, over the last few years, has seen masculinity being looked down upon.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you hear these terms called toxic masculinity.
Toxic
It's
masculinity.
like we're being told to be more feminized.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, please be more vulnerable. Man,
Mm-hmm.
please, it's okay for you to be emotional, to even cry.
Yeah.
We see it. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
all this, sort of people out, how would I call them? Celebrities, influencers, politicians,
Mm-hmm.
leaders,
Mm-hmm.
any public figure.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're being trained to show these emotions. And I can bet it is very deliberate
Mm-hmm.
to begin subconsciously programming the masses to become more feminized. So, when you see Barack Obama crying,
Mm-hmm. 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 And now, what's the benefit of it? That's the question I usually ask myself. What's the benefit of having less masculine or diluted masculine men in the society, or having these feminine men in the society? What's the benefit of it? What's the end game?
It's a good question.
Yeah,
I really don't know.
because even the ladies will say they want a real man, a strong man, but in this other side, a strong man is a toxic man. So what's the end game of having a less masculine man or having a effeminate man in the society?
Yes. I mean, ladies outwardly
Mm-hmm.
would say that they want sort of the softer man, the more
Mm-hmm.
emotional man,
Mm-hmm.
the more effeminate man. They'll say, I'm happy to, have a man who's ready to cry, have a man who's more open with his emotion.
Mm-hmm.
But innately,
Mm-hmm.
deep down in their core,
Mm-hmm.
I think they don't appreciate this because, the meeting of the opposite sexes
Mm-hmm.
is when we show ourselves fully in our masculine frame and the lady coming into our feminine frame, there's a better coexistence.
Yeah.
So it sounds more civilized and nice to say, I want this more emotional, vulnerable, a man that can cry. But at their core, you see them sort of repelling against that. And even though, you might, get into a relationship with a woman like that, after some time, you will see her true nature coming outwardly.
Mm-hmm.
They will start either looking down upon you. I think you did probably I don't forget, one of your videos where you showed actually women that end up in relationship with these effeminate men. It becomes almost their goal to punish with no feelings whatsoever. They'll take this man to the cleaners, they will embarrass him, they will sort of abuse him.
Yeah, I remember.
And it's in their nature to do that. They'll almost do that sort of very subconsciously, very naturally. Because women in many sense are supposed to come under the frame of a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We always say that a woman has got no problem submitting. She's not submitting to you as a boyfriend, as a husband. She's definitely submitting to someone. Maybe it's in her office place.
Yes, that's true.
It's with another alpha man out there.
Yes.
And in many ways, they would even cheat on you.
Yeah.
We've seen many occasions where men these weak, soft men end up raising children who are not of their own. They will only, these women will only use them to advance their own agenda. So, and we always say, you know, don't look to what a woman says, look to what she does.
Yeah, what she does,
Actions
what
will
she's
never betray.
yeah, what she's
who
reacting.
she is.
Yeah, what she's reacting to, right?
Yeah.
And then there's something that you mentioned about the manosphere and the red pill. Is it one and the same thing, or these are two different entities?
I think it's, so when you talk of manosphere, I guess it encapsulates all those
So
things.
yeah, in manosphere, that's where we have the red pill. Nowadays, I heard there's also the purple pill, you know, and then there's also the black pill. I don't know if you've come across those terms.
I've heard of purple. I don't know about black. But again, this is the other thing. I think sometimes we get caught up in some of these terminologies, and,
Yes.
and I see it. You know, you know, we've and I mean, I think the idea is not to be so much caught up
Yes.
in these terms. I think the idea is to, you know, internalize what the message at the core is about.
Yeah.
And I would say, from my perspective, is one, getting to know yourself, getting to claim your identity, getting to understand the world for what it is, being logical, being true to reality.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in, because, you know, even today when I was, you know, I went for, there's a local park that got opened here. It's a wetland that they claim, they call it an eco park. And I was doing a walk. I think when I finished, as I was going home, some of the thoughts that are going through my mind is, the world that we live in seems to be based on lies. It's like we're living an abstraction.
What do you mean by that? Is it's like a conditioning based on lies?
Yes,
or
it's a conditioning based on lies, and probably much of it is either to further some business courses. You are asking to what end?
Yeah.
With regards to making men more feminized.
Yes, the end.
I think there's a general war around gender and things like that, and I can't say authoritatively I know what the end game is.
Okay.
But when I spoke about we live in a world full of lies, some kind of abstraction, I think to a lot of degree it's about distraction. It's like what I called misdirection.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen a video of this guy. I think he does a lot of these short videos. He's like a magician. And he goes to schools in America and he will approach a student and he will start telling them, okay, I'll give you these balls. I want to move. In one hand, I'll give you 2 balls. Another one, I'll give you 1 ball. And I want to move these 2 balls from this one hand to the other. And while he's doing that, he's really fidgeting with your hand. Because what he's doing is, you know, your now focus is on moving 2 balls from one hand for them to magically appear on the other hand. But what he's doing is just misdirecting you to focus on one thing, while his real intention is really to steal the wristwatch on you. So when you're focused on this, you will actually not end up doing that magic of moving the 2 balls to the one. He will then tell you, oh, okay. So
it's not possible.
did that happen? Okay.
Yeah.
And then he will tell you, okay, tell me, is there anything you've lost? And people wouldn't realize because, you know, he's been touching your hand like this, directly to realize.
You've lost your watch.
Did you have a watch? How did you remove it?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think we live in a world of a lot of misdirection, where we are being pushed to focus on one thing, while the real action is happening on this end.
Yeah, that's true. I totally agree.
It's a case of misdirection, a case of sort of making us also slaves to a lot of degree.
Mm-hmm.
Docile kind of a people. We are not meant to question.
Mm-hmm.
We are not meant to think for ourselves. We are not meant to design our own lives. It's like somebody is telling you this is the path you should take, and don't question it. Just follow the path.
Yeah.
So the whole messaging, I think, how I would probably encapsulate that. Sorry, I hope my audio has been,
Yeah.
okay.
It has been okay. Still,
It has
now
been
it's
good.
okay.
It's
better
not even
also.
better.
Yeah, it's not even better. Yeah.
Okay, this is the world of podcasting.
Yeah.
We end up having to fix things as we go along.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So it's all about that. So I would say that that's part of the Manosphere.